Hey everyone, I wanted to pop in here today with a quick video on my least favorite term in the world, which is quiet quitting. And I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons why I want you to stop using the word quiet quitting and why it doesn't serve us or help anyone to be using this term. But before we do that, of course, I want to just get us on the same page. So let me read the definition of quiet quitting to you. And of course, I'm sure you'll find different definitions depending on where you look, but this one comes from Better Works, and it says quiet quitting is the idea of not going above and beyond at work. It's sticking to your job description, working 40 hours a week, and doing nothing more than that or less. It's refusing to let work stress you out, and it's the belief that work will not dominate your life. Okay, so just reading that definition, someone needs to tell me what's wrong with that. Like, what everyone talks about quiet quitting as if it's a bad thing, but that whole definition right there is basically what we call healthy boundaries. So that's the first reason why I hate this term quiet quitting, because it's quitting nothing. There's no actual quitting. There's no giving up on your job. It doesn't mean you're walking out and being like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's actually shaming women for having boundaries and putting up parameters around their time and honoring their life outside of work. So I really would love if we could stop saying quiet quitting, because it just makes women feel guilty for showing up and meeting expectations, which, by the way, is what you're probably going to get on your performance appraisal anyway, because, they can only give out like 1% of the organization to get a leading. So even if you're killing it, you might not even get recognized for that. So we got to stop using this term. The second thing is, I think that the word quiet quitting actually really distracts from the actual issues that are facing women in the workplace. Like, hi, we have children that we're taking care of. We have a spouse that we might be taking care of. We have things outside of work that demand our attention. And I'm sorry, you're not paying me for more than 40 hours of work a week. So why would I work more than 40 hours a week? Now, this is coming from a recovered corporate workaholic. So those of you that have even ever worked with me or know my work ethic, I had a hard time shutting down at 5 or 5:30. But let me tell you what, there were so many times that I have, ruined my marriage. I mean, we're still together, thank God. But right, we had a couple of really rocky patches. There are times my children would be begging me to get off the phone, and they would say things like, "Mom, you love your work more than us." I mean, real damage that is happening in society because of these workaholic tendencies. And really, the reason that you need me to work more than 40 hours is probably because you're understaffed and you have not appropriately delegated resources, and you're asking people to do more than they should have to do in their 40-hour work week. The third reason, and I basically just alluded to it, is it promotes workaholism. It basically says that if you are doing anything less than 40 hours, well, you shouldn't be doing less than 40 hours, right? You should be doing your 40 hours. Hopefully your job has given you enough work to fill that 40 hours. But it's saying that if you're not going above and beyond 40 hours, that you're a quiet quitter. So it basically promotes workaholism and being on 24/7, which is not healthy for anyone. I mean, you wonder why mental health is such a big issue these days. I mean, hello, we're basically being asked to work all the time, be on all the time, never turn off our computers, have a phone that you're attached to 24/7. Because if, somebody wants to email you at night and has a question with something, oh, you're supposed to just get right back to them. Nope. We got to set those boundaries. But quiet quitting is basically telling you, oh, that's not okay. The fourth reason is because it actually makes the corporation the victim. Like, if you read any of these articles, it's like, oh, HR, what are you going to do? Everybody's quiet quitting. Oh, leaders, senior leaders, you really need to get a handle on this. Your poor organization is going to fall apart because a couple of people have decided to put up boundaries. Yeah, no, sorry. Corporations, you're not the victim here. Not that there even needs to be a victim, but if there was a victim, it certainly isn't you. It's the working women who are being asked to do more than they should be asked to do. So corporations have got to start looking at what the actual problems are and the underlying issues that their employees are facing, and figure out how to get people to be excited about their work. I mean, I am not going to balk about a couple of extra hours of work if I'm inspired by my work, if I love what I'm doing, if I love the people that I work with. I mean, I work all kinds of hours sometimes now as an entrepreneur. And there were times in my jobs over the years where I was inspired. And I didn't mind going to a trade show on the weekend, or I didn't mind missing a holiday concert occasionally if it was something I was really excited about doing. But if your people are like, it sucks working here, I'm not having fun, I'm not inspired, I'm not being utilized to my fullest ability, guess what? They're going to start phoning it in. They're going to just do the bare minimum. And that's your responsibility, leaders and corporations, to take this into your own hands and to figure out how you're going to fix this. And the fifth reason that I cannot stand the term quiet quitting, and I hope it goes away as quickly as it popped up, is because, again, it places all of the blame on the woman or the person who is setting their boundaries and saying, I am not going to go above and beyond. Now, look, if you have an employee that's literally like, oh, I mean, I'm not going to send that email. That's not like my job. That's not in my job description, right? That's a whole nother problem. That's called a lazy employee. That's called somebody who doesn't want to be there. But I wouldn't call that quiet quitting, right? That is just somebody who is not invested in the charge, doesn't see the vision, isn't a team player. That's how you build toxic cultures, allowing people like that to stay in your organization. So if you've got that, that's like a different problem. That's not quiet quitting. There's just no such thing as quiet quitting. It's not a thing. It's either people putting up boundaries, or you have got an uninspired workforce, and leaders and corporations need to figure out how to re-inspire them, get them engaged so that they want to continue to work. So I'd be really curious to hear what all of you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's okay. You don't have to feel the same way I feel. Did it get you thinking? Do you feel differently about this term maybe than you did before? I'm going live from StreamYard. So for those of you that are on Facebook, I know I've seen a couple of people pop in and out. Just make sure you give StreamYard the ability to see your comments, and then you can just post them. If not, I'll just check in Facebook afterwards. But let me know if you're watching this live. Say hi. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I am streaming this out to YouTube today too. So I don't know if we have any viewers out on YouTube, but if you can leave comments there too, I'll check them later. So say hi and let me know what you think. And if you're not a part of my Facebook group, Successful Working Women Rocking Reinvention, make sure you go join that today so that you can get other exclusive content like this and other types of inspiration, journal prompts, etc., to keep you motivated and help you reinvent your life. So for those of you in corporate that are reinventing your career, what are your thoughts on quiet quitting? Let me know. Have you seen this in your organization? What do you think? Are you setting boundaries, or are these kinds of terms preventing you from setting boundaries and making you think twice about it? All right. Well, that is my Tuesday tip today. No more quiet quitting. You won't hear it from me. And hopefully we'll eradicate that from the dictionary ASAP. All right. See y'all.